Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to I'm No Rookie, episode 28. This is Metal Gear Solid 3, very extreme difficulty with smokinace007. How are you feeling, smokinace?
Nervous a little bit, but I'm excited. So.
Nervous? Ah, you don't need to be nervous. It'll all be fine. So you've been on the channel before anyway, so it'll wear off soon. Anyway, yeah. So very easy. Do you plan on learning higher difficulties later on? Out of curiosity.
Possibly. I'm kind of gonna see how this goes and how it feels and everything, and then there's a possibility I don't know if I'll be doing any, extreme tuxedo runs or anything, but who knows, maybe someday.
Yeah. That's cool. All right, well, everyone starts somewhere. I always tell people that very easy is a great learning ground for MGS3. It's got a low barrier to entry, but a very high skill ceiling. So it doesn't take much to get into. But if you really want those top times, you're going to have to work for them. It's going to require a high amount of skill. But getting a competent time is not too hard. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. So anyway, we're going to start with new game. New game and new game plus route is completely identical. The boards don't separate between the two anymore because it's, like I said, completely identical. We literally don't change anything, even though we have the Patriot. We wouldn't use it anyway. So we're just going to go ahead and do new game. So these do matter. You want to pick either I'm playing MGS series for the first time or I like MGS 1. The reason for that is because if you choose I like MGS 2, you'll get a real long cutscene where Snake comes in dressed as Raiden and it loses about 45 seconds. And you don't want to choose I like MGS 3 just because you get some extra camos that you don't really need, and then it's just going to take longer to scroll through them. So go ahead and pick one of the top two options. It doesn't matter which. And very easy, and we will go ahead and get going. So how much do you know about this run as it stands?
I would say a minimal amount. Like, I know I've watched bits and pieces and kind of a good portion of it, but as far as specific lines or necessarily every little technique of the boss battles and stuff, uh, minimal at best as far as the run itself goes.
No problem. We will go ahead and learn you everything you need to know. Could I get you to turn your game volume up just a little bit? It's a little bit quiet.
I can do that. All right, raised it up a bit. Let me know if that's good or... Make some noise to...
Yeah, that should be good. All right, we can go ahead and move on with this. Sorry about that. It's hard to detect that kind of how the audio will actually interface with the stream until you actually go live. So that one kind of has to be done on the spot. Sorry about that.
No
So
problem.
yeah, Virtuous Mission is very simple. There's not a whole lot to it. It really mostly is just moving straight on. I presume you know the basic route through the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and carry on. We're not really going to need to do much until the next room with the crocodiles, so that's when I'll start explaining things. However, movement, I don't know if you know about this, rolling in this game is slower overall on level ground, so you don't want to be doing it everywhere. However, you do want to do some rolls. So, for example, up hills, you want to roll up hills, and up and down stairs. That's because you can avoid Snake's slow uphill walking animation. The roll is just a little bit faster.
Okay.
Hey, Vermilion, thanks for the sub, dude. Good to see you. Good to see everybody in chat. Speedy. Smoking Ace, of course. The man of the hour.
You're the man of the hour. You're the one that's showing. I'm just a sponge.
So, going back to what I said about the rolls, I'm obviously not going to show you exactly where to roll in every particular location in the game. You're going to have to figure that one out on your own. If you see a long hill, just roll up it. Yeah, okay. So the line in this room does matter. You can easily lose a few seconds in this room and not even realize it. You want to run to this part here, just past this crocodile, and roll towards this crocodile's head. And you want to cross over here, and then roll across again. Reason for that is because the head hitbox, when it swings its head to knock you over, the hitbox is a lot smaller, a lot easier to dodge. The tail hitbox is huge, and it actually has a chance of knocking you into the swamp. So you really want to avoid that.
Makes sense.
So this is the first room with guards. You already have the Mark 22 on, so you're just gonna shoot them while running. Carry on. At this point, actually, for all of pretty much all of Virtuous Mission, once you grab the backpack, you have the easy gun in your inventory, but we're not going to use it at all in Virtuous Mission. We're not going to touch R2 at all.
Caught on that tree.
Welcome to tree hitboxes. They'll become relevant. Well, on European Extreme, they're quite relevant. Not as much here.
Well,
Anyway.
That's understandable.
So this is Dolly Namadno. There's a little bit of a strat I want you to see. First of all, you're just going to shoot this guy and move on. Okay, now there's two guys on the bridge. What I want you to do is, once you get roughly halfway across the bridge or so, you're going to shoot just an auto-aim shot, take out one of the guards, and then you're going to wait as long as possible before shooting the other guard until you're right on top of him. And the purpose of that is you want to walk through him while he's doing his falling animation. And the reason for that is because then it won't slow you down while you're running. If you walk over a dead body, of course, or like an unconscious body, you'll move all slow, but not when they're falling. See that?
Okay.
And then you can just tank the alert and move on. So why don't you go give that a shot? Why don't you?
Nope. I was a little late on that. Yeah.
Oh no, that's fine. It doesn't matter if the other guy is getting up. But why don't you reset that room because they were in a different position. They weren't quite in their starting position.
Yeah, I was standing there waiting for him to just mosey on a ground.
Yeah, just for future reference, if I'm ever showing you something, just go ahead and pause the game or whatever.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, we just get into a position where we're gonna keep resetting rooms. The bridge is one of the hardest bosses in the game, by the way.
Oh, I got knifed. Dang it. The one thing that don't do.
It's not the end of the world. What I like to do is try to just get a pot shot at him, try to take him out with the Mark 22 while I'm running. It doesn't really matter.
That makes sense.
So Ross Viet, I want you to go ahead and check out the line that I take. Again, we're not going to use the easy gun at all. We can make it through this room without using it just by taking a good line. So go ahead and pay attention to what I go up this hill and roll up it, and that's 2 rolls. Run straight to the entrance. And as long as you take a straight line, you will get through without getting any alerts. Just like that.
Okay.
Give that a shot.
Nope, wrong way.
Yeah, you want to take
I went way off.
The left entrance to that one.
Okay, yeah, okay, I went too... Okay.
He's a member of the Army's extreme...
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize you went through the load zone.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, in the future, if you don't get it right, just go ahead and reset the room and try again. You can reset the room easily by using a fake death pill and just click and continue, so you don't need to worry about dying or anything like that. But yeah, just it's not the end of the world. Just you can check out the guide. The guide has a description on this room, so.
Okay. Thank you, Apache. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so this is obviously, there's no guards here or anything. We can just move straight on through. There's no real tech. Just take a good line out.
I have the wrong camera on, don't I?
I definitely recommend using the Snake Eater camera as much as you can. It might seem a little hard at first, but it will make you a better runner. Reason we like to use it... Oh, you can just press R3, unless you have it properly disabled. Anyway, the reason why we like to use it is because it gives us consistent visual cues. We always can see the same thing every time we go into a room. Whereas if you're facing your camera slightly off, you'll take a slightly different line, and it'll cause you to lose quite a few seconds over the course of a run.
I just noticed because I saw when you loaded back in, you were, in the regular camera as opposed to
Yeah.
I was looking the other way. So yeah, I can see
Exactly.
how that would throw you off.
That is one of the other advantages. There are a few rooms, this is one of them, where the subsistence camera will put you in a weird position if you enter the room or load into the room with it on. So because I had the Snake Eater camera on, I was able to just take a straight line exactly where I needed to go right away without waiting. But there's a few other rooms that'll be like that, but hopefully we shouldn't need to talk about them because you'll be on the Snake Eater camera anyway. Anyway, yeah, so this is the cure section. So I want to go ahead and show you this menu, how to do it, because there is an optimization for it. So once you go into the cure, it's always going to start you on this cut. So we're going to cure these in a specific order. It's 4 cuts and 2 broken bones. So we're going to cure, I think it's three cuts, then press right D-pad, and then do the other 2 broken bones. But it doesn't matter. I'll walk you through it. So what you need to cure it are the suture kit, bandage, and then up 2 to the styptic disinfectant. And then we're just going to go right the same way backwards. Okay?
Okay.
One more time. Okay, now we've done that. Now you see we're on the broken bone. Just press right D-pad. We're on a cut. Same thing. Back down. Then cure the
Snake,
broken bones,
can you hear
and
me?
we are done.
Okay. So you said do this guy backwards. And then right.
Yep.
Oh.
Perfect.
Okay, I like that.
Yep. You'll get a better feel for it. The cure menu has, once you actually start going really fast in the cure menu, you'll see that it kind of behaves a little bit weirdly, but you'll get a feel for it. As long as you know the optimization, you're already better off than most people. So. All right, so beginning of Operation Snake Eater. There's no guards in this first room, so we're just going to carry on until the boss cutscene, the one where she takes apart your gun or whatever. We are not going to touch R2 again. We have the easy gun, but again, we're not going to put it on because when we get to that cutscene, it's just going to remove it from our inventory anyway. So we're just going to
How
wait.
does it feel to be
Or
yesterday?
I should say, it'll unequip it.
One thing I have noticed when I've seen some runs and stuff is some menuing and things while you're rolling. Is that just to like?
It's okay. So we do that to preserve our momentum, because the idea is if you try to menu while you're moving, Snake will have to stop at least a little bit while you do it, and then you'll have to resume. It's arguable whether or not it's faster, but pretty much everyone does it. I'll tell you that. So you can do it if you like or not. I personally wasn't going to instruct you to do it. I'm of the opinion that it's not really faster. Probably worth it. Better to get good at your menuing than it is to rely on a crutch of rolling and then menuing, which is always going to lose you time. You have a chance of losing time, or you will definitely lose time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and go into this cutscene, and this is where we're going to get some guards. They're really simple to deal with. As soon as we gain control of Snake, we're just going to equip the easy gun and shoot them while running. It's literally exactly the same as this room was in the Virtuous mission. So. Nice. So, when you get to Jolly Nabano, go ahead and pause the game. I'll show you something. So there's a guard at the base of this hill here right in front of us, right in front of the bridge. We aren't going to mess with him at all. We're just going to walk right by him. As long as you stay to the left, sort of near the tree, he won't see you, as long as you have the easy gun on. So I really want you to get a feel for this, because this will teach you how close you can actually get to the guards without them alerting. So go ahead and pay attention.
Wow. That's. Can I get that in real life for like my boss and stuff?
Why don't you go ahead and try that?
That's impressive.
The easy gun is really powerful in this game, as you might have expected.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. Who knew 80% was that effective?
Right. It's also really good on European Extreme, too. Not quite as good as this, but it's still really powerful. Yeah, so go ahead and feel free to carry on. We're going to go ahead and go right into the Ocelot unit boss fight. You can grab the cardboard box here in Rossiet, but in very easy, it's slower to grab it here. We're going to grab it later on. It's a little bit faster to grab it in the warehouse, so go ahead and skip it for now. However, once you get inside of the little room where Sokolov was before, I do want you to grab something. It's the thermal goggles in this locker here. Go ahead and pick these up. Now, I don't want you to pick these up for actual runs. These are just for learning, so you can see where the claymores are a little bit later on. But for now, go ahead and pick them up. By the way, I noticed you took the right entrance getting into Rossiet again.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. It's a really common mistake. But anyway.
I even thought about it as I was running up the hill, like, go left. And I went, oh, I went left.
It's not the end of the world.
Ugh.
So yeah, you got the thermals. We're going to go ahead and start the fight. We don't need to do anything else.
Should I wait here for a second, or?
There's a save prompt in the middle. You can go ahead and go to the save
Okay.
prompt and wait there.
Right.
So yeah, Ocelot unit. First thing we're going to do is roll out the window and shoot the guard on the roof. The roof is going to be to our west, of course. Make sure you turn in third person, so that way you actually are able to aim at him in time. If you do it in first person, you won't be able to. So check this out. Wow, okay, whiffed it. So just like that, and we took him out.
Okay.
So I'll show you that again a little more cleanly because I whiffed that roll. Once you have taken out the roof guard, I'll show you where to move from there. There you go. You want to move right here. So you can see I am sort of aligned with that tree. You don't want to go any farther south than it. And you want to be very close to the wall here, okay? You don't want to go farther south than the tree because we're going to shoot the barrels. If you are too far south, they'll hit you and knock you over and you'll lose time. And you want to be far west here, close to the wall, because there's going to be a shotgun guard coming at you. And if you're too far east, he'll shoot you, again, knocking you over, losing time. So we're going to go into first person and we're going to look ahead and we're going to wait for four of the guards to be bunched up near the barrels. And once they are, we're going to shoot them. I specifically use a visual cue. There's going to be a guard that starts running towards me on the left, and you'll see that. So you can see they're bunching up. See them? This guy, he's going to run to the left, and that's when I shoot. And see, I got them all.
Okay, yeah.
And then you can just deal with this guy however you want. So I want to show you that again at full speed before I have you try it yourself.
Okay.
Climb up on the bed and out the window. Turn left, shoot the guy on the roof, get into position, and be ready to shoot. I'm a little close to the barrel. I might get hit by it here. Once our guy starts running, we're good, and we can do Rudy Tooty point and shooty on this guy. So why don't you go ahead and give that a shot?
I'm actually going to create a save point really quick here.
Yeah, absolutely. I encourage you to.
Reference.
Just in the future, you might want to create a save point before the bosses, so that way you can change menus and stuff like that. It's not as important for VE, but still, I like to have the options available to me, especially if I want to do like an IL or something. Yeah. Another thing to keep in mind is that obviously there's another set of barrels right there. So if the guards ever run up around them, you can shoot them too, and take them out a little bit easier that way.
Okay. Nope.
I see him.
Good awareness.
No, I got hit by that. That's not what I wanted.
So that means you were a little bit slow to get into position. However, when you rolled out the window, you didn't quite get a good roll out. I like that you recognized that and moved into a position where you knew you'd be able to hit the. I was going to tell you that, but you recognized it yourself. That's really good.
I see him.
Ooh, you're getting lucky. Oh, that is lucky. All of them walked into the barrels. That's something that happens sometimes.
That
That's
will
lucky.
that will never happen again.
It happened to me in the guide. All right, so I want to show you one more possibility. Something that you can do once you're a little more comfortable with the fight. You got that down really quick. That's good. Yeah, so I like that you recognize that you didn't get a good roll out the window, and you should move when you do. When that happens, I should say. But here's something else.
That's it. That's the stance.
So what I like to do is go for this guy before I shoot the barrels, because I'm waiting anyway, right? And then once I see the guys running, then I can shoot them. But that's something you can worry about once you're a little more comfortable with the fight.
Okay, so just
Didn't quite get
killing
that.
some of that
This
dead
bitch
time.
is wearing perfume.
And there's only one more thing really is
Stay
even
where
slightly
you
relevant,
are.
which I'll show you once I get
I've
back.
had enough
back over there.
judo.
I see you've got yourself
Um,
a single-action army.
Actually, I'll show you this first. Once you go
There'll be
through,
no accidents this
once you get
time.
out of the cutscene, you want to go back through Sokolov's house like this. It's a little bit faster to go back on the bed and roll out the window again to get out than it is to go all the way around. But anyway, if you ever shoot the barrels and you're not confident that you got them all, run over here and just stand here and you can get a clear view on them. If they ever run away and they survive, they'll run over there usually, and you can just shoot them, auto aim or whatever you like to.
Okay.
Yeah, what I do is I shoot that guy, then I shoot the barrels. If I don't get them, I always run over here just in case I didn't get them. Right, I'm always prepared to get any stragglers. But anyway,
And since it's a couple seconds before the cutscene, that way
exactly.
that makes sense.
You're not losing time, but if you do miss any of them, you have the opportunity to sort of lose less time by going over there. Yeah, so we're good to go ahead and move on. So, go ahead and pause when you get into Chorny Prude. We're going to do right side lake. It is a little bit easy to get lost in the lake. It's pretty murky down there, so I want you to go ahead and watch how I do this. You're pretty much going to go straight north from where you start, and you're going to roll once you get to the water, and we're going to do a dive, okay? So the way that diving works in MGS3 is when you're wading, when Snake is wading through the water, you mash X, and he'll dive in, and when he dives, he gets a massive speed boost. But it's easy to cancel that speed boost accidentally. If you press X or circle while Snake is in the diving animation, it'll cancel it and he'll go right back down to normal speed. You'll lose about 2 seconds to it. So let me show you what a good dive looks like. You see that? Okay, let me show you a good dive compared to a bad dive.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you how far a good dive will take you. Check this out. I'm not going to move at all. All right, so have a look at where the good dive took me. Really far away from the shore, right?
Okay.
If I go back there,
Wow.
takes several seconds to swim over there. That's how far it took me. And if I see where it took me now,
Yeah.
that's a bad dive, right?
Wow. Wow.
So you really want to make sure you get this dive. It's a pretty big time save, especially on very easy.
Yeah.
Very easy. Every second counts. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset that room just because I have a bunch of leeches now. Don't really feel like curing them.
Basically just sat down in the water.
So yeah. Once you get your dive, pretty much you're gonna go straight forward, a little bit to the left. You can see I'm kind of going northwest now, going between these two trees. More straightforward. And you can see there's a crocodile just up ahead. If you see that crocodile, it means you're going the right way. You want to get out of the water just behind it. Just like that.
Okay.
It's real easy to get turned around in the lake, lose, 10, 20, even 30 seconds if you go the wrong way. So just want to make sure you saw it. Go ahead and meet me here. was a good dive, though.
My brain forgot that you have to tap X to swim.
Yeah, actually, what I like to do is I like to alternate between pressing X and circle. I find it to be a little bit less harsh on the wrist, and it makes the timing a lot easier.
Since that was the wrong line.
Yeah, so here's where you want to come out of the water. Let me go back and show you. Right here, if you see.
Okay.
These two trees here are a really good waypoint visual cue for you. And the crocodile will be just right there, right in front of where you want to come up at.
It's going through these two trees, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. If you're not already kind of going that way, you might as well just go straight, you know? Just take the most direct line, basically. Just make sure you end up at the same place and take a good line to get there. So, yeah, once you get out of this Kodak, there's a trap just up ahead. It's a really... I don't really know who this trap is going to get. It's not really in the way of anyone, but... Oh yeah, and we are going to need the easy gun equipped because now we have a leech attached to us, so I like to equip it usually shortly after Ocelot unit, whenever you like to. It's not ultra critical, but we do want to watch our stamina from this point. We are not going to cure that leech at all for the entire game, so we're going to have it the whole time.
Okay.
So here's where the mines are. So go ahead and put your thermal goggles on, and let's put them on and give this a look. So if you want to have a look at my screen, I'll show you. We are trying to go right there. If you see where my gun is pointed, there's a hole in the fence there, and that's where we want to be. We want to crawl through it and then move up that way. So you can see there's some claymore mines in the way. We're going to take a mostly straight line to get to that hole in the fence. There's not a whole lot of weaving we need to do, but check this out. Here's the line you want to take. So see how I'm moving around the claymores? You don't really have to do all that much weaving, and we're there. All right?
Okay.
So kind of hug these two trees here. Straight over to the next tree, go to the left of it, and you're through, right? Nice and simple. Why don't you go ahead and give that a shot?
Hug, a little bit over. Ah, stupid tree head on. Okay, and then I'm gonna run right into the fence. Almost get blown up? I think you're blown up.
Yeah, that was close.
I thought for sure it was about to happen.
Cool. Well, that's the line. Practice that. I'll go ahead and show you the line without the thermal goggles on, just so you know what it looks like.
Good idea.
You're going to have a look at my stream here real quick.
Alrighty.
Pretty much hug these two trees. Right in between the claymores. And just around like that. Nice and simple.
Alright. Now that I'm looking at it, I could see where that last claymore is, so that might be an alright to a visual cue. Just hug the two trees and then just slightly skirt around it.
Yeah, pretty much. So, dogs aren't very observant in this game. They can't hear very well. They can't smell you. So as long as they don't see you, you're good. You can get pretty close to this dog. You don't have to worry too much about him. But if you get close enough, he will eventually. He'll detect you. Just don't get super close. So, yeah. Anyway, I forgot to put the easy gun on. Let's put that back on because we have it on. We're pretty much these guards are totally oblivious. Let's move on. Just like that, and we move on through. And something about this load zone here, it's at an angle, so it kind of goes like that. So if you roll to the right side, you'll hit it just a little bit sooner.
Okay.
And this room is also very simple. There's only one guard. As long as you have the easy gun on, he won't see it. So if you want to go ahead and meet me at the end of this room, we will carry on to Ocelot.
Okay, why can't I remember where the hole is in that fence? Oh, duh, because I didn't go through. That's why I couldn't remember. Okay. You know what? That's. I just wanted another practice at the line really quick. I forgot I didn't go under the fence at all.
We found signs of an intruder.
Yep. That tends to be important. I tried to get them to change that, but they wouldn't do it. I messaged Kojima. Hey, I got Kojima to fix a bug in this game. And it was 10 years after the game came out, no less.
Huh.
Yeah.
What was that?
There's a bug in the demo version where if you get an alert and lean up against the wall, it'll break the music, and then the next time you pause the game, it'll crash it. He patched it
Huh.
for the final release.
That's kind of cool. Stupid clay. Or stupid tree, not Claymore. Claymore's fine. How did I go all the way under the fence?
Yeah, so going back to what I said earlier about the easy gun and the leech is constantly draining. Ooh, that was a weird drop I saw through that fence. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, the leech is constantly draining our stamina. So I'll go through that hole just to the north. You see it next to the set of 3 trees. Not that. Let me go. It's not like a walkway. It's a crawl space in the green section. Do you see the group of trees just to your north?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Got all twisted around.
So, yeah, the leech is constantly draining our stamina, but the easy gun will restore stamina faster than the leech will drain it. So as long as we just have the leech, we'll be fine. But later on, we're going to get poisoned, and our stamina will no longer recover faster than it drains. So at that point, stamina is going to become very important. We'll get there when we...
Ooh.
Go ahead and walk to the end. This is just...
Oh,
there's one guard. As long as you have the easy gun on, you're fine. Cool. So this is Ocelot. So the Ocelot loop on VE is very similar to how it is on other difficulties, just a little bit shorter, a little bit different. So first things first, we're going to use the easy gun to stop him in his tracks and then throw a stun grenade at him. Now, are you using a DualShock 3?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to try to just throw an underhand stun grenade by pressing the button lightly. I don't have a DualShock 3, or I'm not using one, so I'm going to have to do something a little bit different. The point is, you want it to land in front of him. So basically for you, just throw it underhand and ignore what I do. So yeah, shoot him and throw your grenade. And we are not going to turn away from this first one, but we are going to put the easy gun back on. Once this grenade explodes, we're going to do one more auto aim shot on him, just like this. Okay, and we see we hit him. And then one more stun grenade, overhand. Try to get it behind him. I was too slow there. It's a good opportunity to show you again anyway. Shoot him. Stun grenade right in front of him. Shoot him again. And now you want to get this stun grenade out quickly because, as you saw just a minute ago, you don't have a whole lot of time. If you mess around too much, he'll shoot you and cancel the throw. We do want to turn from this one. And then 2 headshots will finish the fight. So I'll slow that down a little bit for you, but that's the basic gist of the fight, okay? I'll go into some more detail. The opening, again, is pretty simple. It's just that shot, one grenade. Oops. And then this, like I said, the second grenade needs to be pretty quick. And once you throw it, you do want to turn around from this one so you don't get stunned by it. And then those final 2 shots. You have a lot of time to get these final 2 shots, okay? So you don't need to rush. And also, you can hold L1 to zoom. Any questions?
I don't think so until I start doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll show it to you as many times as you like. Go ahead and give it a shot. Okay, so what I like to do, what I recommend doing is when you throw your underhand stun grenade, don't throw it in first person, throw it in third, so that way it always lands in the same place. Sorry, I should have been more clear. That's the whole going in first person thing. That's something that I do because of my controller. It's not going to be relevant for you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
And the overhand stun grenade, let me show you something. So let me reset the fight so I don't accidentally kill him.
All right.
When you go for that overhand grenade, what I like to do is I also like to throw it in third person. Well, sorry. I'll use third person as a sort of visual cue. So let me show you. So I'm gonna hold square before I let go of R2 to close the menu, so that way the grenade's cooking as soon as possible. And once Snake's arm is totally over his head, that's when I'll go into first person and throw it behind. See that?
Okay.
Well, that was slow, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Basically just before or just after he around the time he puts his hand. Yeah, so go ahead and give that a shot.
All right, I already lost that loop.
I'll back you up.
Oh no, that wasn't. Right. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that did work. Okay,
Nice.
do that one more time.
Yeah, that would have been a kill. So remember to hold L1 to zoom, so you can get a little bit of an easier shot. Yeah, so that's good. So one thing to keep in mind is that first shot after stunning him, it's important that you wait till after the stun grenade goes off, because otherwise, if you're aiming already when it explodes, it'll throw Snake's aim off, and he has a high chance of missing.
Oh,
So just keep that in mind.
Grenade!
Oh, okay. I forgot. This is my controller that the L1 doesn't work.
Oh no. That could become relevant for the end.
Okay.
Do you have a controller that has a working L1? You might want to use it.
I'm gonna plug this in. This one should work.
Okay.
Not bad, eh?
That was like, why isn't he zooming at all? Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Get away from me!
I think that makes this seems to be fairly straightforward.
Yeah. And it is the basic premise of the loop for all difficulties, so it's a good. It'll work you up to all the other difficulties that you. But there's not all that much to it.
Oh, he dodged that.
Fight
That was
fair.
slick.
So that is a thing that can happen. It's about your timing. It's just gonna happen, and eventually you'll get a pattern and a rhythm down. You'll always do that same rhythm, and you'll stop messing up the fight. Basically, it'll be very rare for it to go wrong. It's just all practice.
Nope, that was a back shot. Let's see where the zooming would be helpful.
Did you say you do or don't have another controller that has a working L1?
I think it was kind of dead, so I'm having it.
Oh, I see. All right, you're charging. Okay, that's fine. Well, either way, as long as it works by the time we get to the end, we'll be a-okay. We've got quite a bit of time until we get there, so.
Major, backing you up.
That one did not get him.
Talk.
Alright, okay. Alright, I'll get it this time.
Coward.
Okay. Okay, so you said that for him dodging is a timing thing. Is that I'm throwing it too late then?
It depends on exactly when he dodges. Generally, it's a too early sort of thing. If he sees you throw it, and it's all like obvious that you threw it, he'll dodge it. But it really depends on exactly how he dodges.
As always, the first time that I run it, I got it just fine. And now
Well, I think you're getting into your own head about it,
I would never do that.
right?
How dare you?
So try not to aim your gun for that shot until after the stun grenade explodes.
Okay.
I don't think it's happened yet, but I'm actually surprised that it hasn't happened yet. It's quite common.
Major, coming to your assistance.
Oh, you bully.
So what I like to do with that overhand grenade is once I see that Snake is definitely throwing an overhand, then I'll go into first person and aim it at the tree a little bit to his left. I feel like that makes it a little bit more consistent, but that's personal preference. But the point of doing the overhand grenade at all, why it's overhand, is it gets him to turn around, which gives you a much easier headshot.
Okay, so do it like that, but
Right, just quicker. And yeah, that's exactly it.
okay.
Really, all you're waiting for when you look for like Snake to be throwing an overhand, you're just waiting for anything that indicates that it's definitely going to be overhand, right? You really don't want that grenade to be underhand if you can help it.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. I see what... I think I was assuming that when he was turned around, he wasn't getting stunned. Okay.
Yeah, no, if he runs away but doesn't dodge, okay? When he dodges, he gets iframed. If he just runs away, he doesn't. If he just runs away, you can usually save the loop. If he dodges, it's usually unrecoverable, but it's generally not worth it to reset the fight unless you've lost the loop on the first shot.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep that in mind. But I do want to show you something. So I noticed when you were throwing your overhand grenade, you were cooking it, going into first person, and then aiming, and then throwing. You want to use the time that it takes to throw to your grenade to your advantage. So as soon as I go into first person, I'm going to let go of square and do the aiming while he's throwing it. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Since it's not an instantaneous...
Exactly.
touch the button, he threw-
You're wasting less time, basically. Yeah, so I'll show you the whole fight done completely at full speed now, since we're ready to move on.
Alright. I'm gonna swap my controller over to see if that... Are you going to...
Okay, so he dodged. So that was bad timing. I did kind of notice that I made a mistake there in the middle. I didn't like how I threw that grenade.
Okay.
Try that one again. Oh, underhand. Nice. Of course, when I try to show it off, it goes all wrong, but still. There's the fight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
it's not a whole lot more to it. The only two things I'll say is right before you go into the fight, what you can do once you get comfortable with the fight is unequip the easy gun. So that way it's on your previous when you start the fight, and that way when you go in, you can just tap R2 instead of having to hold R2. It's a little bit quicker.
Oh, okay.
And if you ever have to do the fight, if you ever totally lose the loop, right, it's faster to just use third person auto aim than it is to try and like do some first person business. It's really hard to hit him while he's moving like that. So
Gotcha.
yeah. Can you see in the cave
Um.
on your end, on your capture
Oh,
card?
I thought I had turned it up. Not as well as I would like.
Okay. You can turn up the brightness on your capture. You can turn up the brightness on your monitor. Whatever you like to do. Anything that helps you see. Yeah, so where you want to go is you start here. Oops, I didn't mean to pick that up. Don't pick up animals, it's not helpful. Yeah, so you start here. You want to go northeast through a little entrance here that leads into another cavern, and then pretty much straight north. And there's a crawl space straight north, just like that. And you want to crawl through. So why don't you go ahead and try to find this crawl space? You might need to do some, like, a brightness trickery and stuff.
Yeah. No, don't want that. Get your go.
Are you... What are you doing, out of curiosity? I think you're just sitting there?
I was attempting to get my
Ah,
brightness up, but
sure. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted there.
oh yeah, no, sorry. Nope, I thought I was there. Why didn't you come back up?
Do you have any bright lights on or anything in the room? Helps to turn those off.
That would make sense. I swear it was right there. And this is where every run died.
I did actually used to lose a lot of time in this room because I couldn't see. I would lose like 5 or 6 seconds on every run.
I don't doubt it one bit. I always forget just how stupidly dark this cave is.
You'll get a feel for it, even literally doing it blindfolded. You'll be able to do it sooner.
I didn't think that my light in here was that bright, but I was way wrong.
Yeah. Especially if you got a screen with a lot of glare, like a glossy coating, or something like that, like an OLED or something.
Yeah. Stand back up, you fool.
So once you go through this next room, it gets a lot brighter. Even if you've only, even if you haven't actually been in the cave for that long, your eyes will automatically get to like fully adjusted or whatever when you get here. So you'll be able to see a lot easier. So we don't need any of these items here. They aren't helpful on VE. We're just going to go ahead and skip on by them. We also don't need the life med. It's not helpful. Now, personal preference. This is just me. I like to change to the subsistence camera here. That's because of the next room after the boss fight. I'll show you why. So we'll go ahead and keep Snake Eater camera on for now, but just keep that in mind, okay? Yeah, so let's go ahead and go into the fight. It doesn't matter about your menus or anything. It's always going to reset your menus when you go into this fight.
Saving the game, Snake?
I forgot to do one for Ocelot, so I'm going to do a quick save here for the pain.
Sure, sure. Yeah, thankfully Ocelot unit and Ocelot aren't very far away anyway, especially on VE. You could get there pretty quickly.
And that's even better for just practicing other little portions of it.
So while you're making that save, I'll go ahead and show you how to do the fight. So, it's always going to start you here just like this with the 1911 on. I like to hold R2 just as the fight starts so I don't lose any time. It's easy for him to like roll away on you. I just hold R2 and tank the time less. So changed over to the easy gun, and we're going to shoot him in the body 4 times. After you shoot him the 4th time, he's always going to put a B shield up, which we're going to take down by just throwing a stun grenade at him. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and throw the stun grenade. As long as you were aiming at him with the easy gun, you don't have to do any more adjustments or anything. Just throw it overhand in 3rd person, and it'll always land right on him. Just like that. Once it explodes, just spam shots at him until he's dead. Nice and simple.
Okay.
This is pretty much the only point in the run where quick reloading is really going to be all that relevant. A little bit during Shagohad, but not all that much. So, yeah. Phase 2 is really simple. It's a lot like Phase 1. So why don't you just go ahead and get to this point, and we'll carry on.
Doesn't help if I...
Go, my brother!
My brain is getting all twisted around with aiming, trying to quick reload.
Quick reloading isn't ultra relevant here, but I definitely recommend learning how to do it, practicing it here. It'll help you out. It'll help you loosen up your fingers, get some good dexterity in them. Quick reloading is always a little bit of a point of struggle for me, but
My brother!
Yeah. I'm gonna start that.
sure. At the beginning of the fight, it's possible that he might like walk left or right. If that happens, just shoot him as normal. It doesn't really change anything.
Okay.
Just
Go, my brother! Hey! Up, my brother!
as long as you aim at him before the stun grenade explodes, you don't need to turn away from it. But the thing you really want to make sure you do is don't shoot at all until after the stun grenade explodes. Otherwise, he'll get iframes, and the stun grenade won't take down his shield at all. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a whole lot else really that I need to tell you about Phase 1. It's possible for him to roll away and get iframes. That's something that happens if you throw your grenade. If you get like if the fight goes really wrong, and sometimes when you throw a grenade, he'll just roll away from it. But it's not something that happens as long as you get the fight on the first cycle. Anyway, Phase 2 is exactly like the ending of Phase 1. You're just going to throw an overhand stun grenade straight at him. Again, you don't need to do any sort of adjustment or anything. And then just unload body shots on him. So when you're quick reloading, don't worry so much about going fast. It's not really necessary. I really want you to just get a feel for doing it rather than necessarily even saving time with it.
Okay.
Once you get a feel for doing it, then you can start going quicker, and then you can start saving time. Slow is fast. Slow is steady. Steady is fast, I should say.
Yeah, yeah. The old every racing montage or why can't I think moniker? Not moniker. Mantra. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and give Phase 2 a shot?
Hey! I'm my bullet beast!
I see.
Get him!
Okay, so I'm just taking too long on that.
Yeah, you just want a quick tap. Just a double tap, that's all you want, and then you're good. So, If he puts his shield up again, just throw another stun grenade at him and it'll take it down. Ideally, it would never get to that. The fight would be over before he gets a chance to, but it could happen.
Do you mind if I run through that one again?
Of course. Yeah. I'd like you to get it comfortably. Something to keep in mind for phase 2 is you saw those red hornets flying around. Those are bullet bees. They're bugged in the HD edition, so as long as you stay in first person, there's a extremely low probability that they'll hit you. Like it's happened to me maybe a couple of times, ever. So it's really, really rare. As long as you're in first person.
Away there. Okay, alright, that felt better.
Yeah, looked good. Looked better. He didn't get the second shield up. That's really good. Yeah, so very good. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next room. So this next room, like I said, is the reason why I like to use the subsistence camera for that fight, just so I don't have to worry about changing it when I get in here. So, reason for that, check it out. You'll see that sometimes when I go through this cave, Snake is entirely off screen. Like right now, can't see him at all. See, he's totally gone. So, just for that reason, I like to go ahead and use this camera. Go ahead and roll into this cutscene, and we will carry on.
Thinking now that my R3 doesn't work on this computer.
Sometimes the game kind of does drop an R3 input. Could I get you to turn up your mic volume in Discord a little bit?
Yes.
You know where to go for that?
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Okay, is that better or?
Give me just a minute. Could you go up a little bit more? Maybe about 15% more or so?
Hey man, 100%.
Can you go over 100%?
Or maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot.
All right, let's see here.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Input volume. Yeah, you can't go any higher than that.
Shoot.
I guess we are just gonna have to roll with it. It's not that quiet. It's just a little bit quiet. So we're good to go ahead and carry on with what we've got. We've got the best setup we can.
I'll try to mindfully speak a little bit louder.
Sure. You could always move the mic a little closer to your mouth. I don't know how close it is.
Yep, I moved that a little bit, so
Cool. So this hill here, everyone rolls up it a little bit differently. The hills are always intermittent, so it's questionable. Everyone's own judgment how you like to roll up it, basically.
okay.
So yeah, let's go ahead and meet up at the next room. Hey, you want to see something cool?
I like cool things. I feel like that's a whole lot faster than switchbacks.
Switchbacks, what?
Oh, just going through the wandering through the little path there.
Oh yeah. I was talking about the roll out of bounds that I did.
Shoot.
Oh, did you fall? Yes. Oh, yes. That's the first time I've seen that. Let's go. That's a first.
Hey, you know what? If you can't be the best, sometimes you just gotta be the first. Oh boy. Get out of here, snake. I gotta remember that rolling is sometimes faster. There we go. That's a little... Oh, okay.
Oh, you did it? Did you do that on purpose?
I would like to say yes, but no.
Wow,
I did
okay.
not.
Very interesting. That's very surprising. Congratulations. That's what I did.
Hey, you know what? I just wanted to make up for falling down the hole.
Well, then you fell into the void twice. It's great. You made up for it. So, yeah. Going into this room, it's a little bit late now since we've already gone into it, but in the future, just if you hold X and up, forward, I should say, you'll always get a frame one into the water. So just keep that in mind.
Okay, alright.
And then just alternate between X and circle to get through. As long as you have the easy gun on, you just go straight through. You don't have to worry about hugging the wall or saying low or anything. They won't ever see you.
Okay.
Just make sure you got the easy gun on. We're also going to go ahead and tank all of the health damage, so we're never going to come out of the water. We're just going to take whatever damage it gives us. Because our health is pretty much irrelevant in this run.
Nope, lay down.
But before you go into the next room, we are going to change to the 1911. I like to do it right at the end of the room. You can do it literally whenever you want. You can, as long as you're not going to get an alert doing it. So, there's going to be the end on the dock here. It's really important that we do some damage to him here with the barrels that we're going to shoot with the 1911. So what I like to do is when I gain control of Snake, I hold square, which makes him auto-aim on this guard here on the dock, and then I aim just slightly right and shoot the barrel. It's a little bit quicker than aiming all the way over manually, right? Because I messed up the timing by waiting so long, I'm going to go ahead and try that again.
Okay. I remember first hearing about the barrel to hurt the end, and I didn't believe it, and then
Oops,
you do
look
it,
at
and you go, oh, look at that.
that. Yeah. So yeah, once you shoot the barrel, you want to go straight towards the pier here. Keep the easy gun off. We're going to get an alert. We want to make sure we get it.
Okay.
Climb up, and once you climb up, then you can change the easy gun. The reason we get this alert is because it delays the backup guards from coming. If they come too early, they would bash us and keep us from going in this load zone. But you see, they're still not here yet. Still not here yet. It's going to take them ages to get here. So
Wow.
why don't you go ahead and meet me here?
HQ respond.
This is HQ.
Good, you went for the dive. I tried to go for the dive and didn't. You can press triangle to climb out of, or sorry, to come out of the water a little bit quicker. Like he'll go straight up instead of having to like angle the camera up. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I was about to comment on that he decides to be very slow there, but
So, warehouse. Really, the only important thing here is that you grab the box. So once you go through these doors, head south and roll over this railing at the south end. Box is just here.
okay.
We're not going to equip it yet, though. But we are just going to go ahead and move on out of this room. Roll up the stairs, like I said before.
Would be so painful.
Okay.
I'm kind of surprised that after having that in MGS2 that they don't have it in 3.
They simplified a lot of the mechanics in 3 because people thought that 2 was just a little bit over the top, both in story and mechanics, and it was just they wanted to simplify it all.
Jima over the top? No, lies.
Anyway, go ahead and meet me here. So once you get into the next room, you're pretty much just gonna go straight north, up. Just avoid the traps. There's not a whole lot to it. Straight up the middle. This line is the same on all difficulties. Yeah, so you want to go
Before I go there, yeah.
check this out.
Yeah.
You want to go get back to the beginning of the room here. So you went left around the street. You want to go kind of a right around it because you can see that's a straight shot right up the middle. That's where we're trying to go. It's literally like that curve is it.
Oh,
Other than that, it's a straight shot right up the middle.
Okay, I gotcha.
And there's a trap here, so make sure you roll over it. Are you at the north end already?
No, I
Oh.
went back just to.
So if you go all the way south, basically back to where you started, you'll be able to see that straight shot that I was talking about. Oh, okay, you're going for it. Cool.
Okay, all right. Nope. Ah, you should be able to run up that. Okay.
So this next room is super simple. You don't have to do anything. Just go straight through. You know where the crawl space is on the west?
Yeah, yeah.
That's where we're going. It's a little bit faster to roll to prone right about here towards the little crawl space there. If you roll the prone like that, you'll save a little bit of time over walking all the way there and then laying down. Also, you want to roll the prone here. I don't know why I laid down. I never do that. Nice. I see you've met the defense hitbox.
I was a little bit late and a little bit not aimed correctly.
So just go straight into the lab. There's nothing special here. However, once you get in the lab, we are going to have to shoot 2 guards. So you can do it while moving. I like to do it while moving. You can stop and shoot. You can roll into him, whatever you like. There's a guard here. Shoot him or whatever. And then in this room, there's a guard as well in your way. So I like to shoot him while moving. Oh, I missed him. So I stopped to get the shot there. And just move on.
I wasn't confident.
So this room, we are going to grab the handkerchief. So I want you to check this out. Check out how I do it. So the handkerchief is in a locker in the very northwest corner of the next section of this room. The handkerchief, we're going to use it on the Sorrow to die a little bit quicker. This is faster in RTA, slower in IGT. The reason for that is because the IGT does not count the Sorrow. But it's a little bit weird. So right now the boards are IGT. We're trying to change them over to time without loads. And in time without loads, it would be faster to use the handkerchief. So I'm going to go ahead and instruct you to get the handkerchief. If for some strange reason we end up not switching the boards, you just skip this, but we most likely will. So just keep that
Okay,
in.
but so it's better to learn it in the run right now than have to work it in later.
Yeah, exactly. I want you to know how to do it because it's probably going to be relevant. And even if it doesn't, even if we don't use it in the board, it is faster for races because races are RTA. So
Okay,
keep that in
makes
mind. So yeah, we don't need the 6 spray. We're not going to use it at all in this run.
Okay.
Shoot this scientist there and open the locker up. And here's your handkerchief. Just like that.
Oh, okay.
And as long as you stay to the east side of this little walkway, you'll not get seen by that scientist there. And then just shoot this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to meet me here?
All right. Help if I actually shoot.
Yeah, you can take that scientist out however you like. It's all personal preference. I like to shoot him sort of that way as I go in. It might not even be the fastest way to do it. It's just how I like to do it. So feel free to experiment. Yeah, so the lab exit, it's totally do whatever you want, just get out. It doesn't matter if you get any alerts anymore. It does matter on the way in because you cannot go into Granon's cutscene with an alert or an evasion. But on the way out, it doesn't matter so much. So
The philosopher's legacy.
basically, just get out of here.
Hey, you're not thinking of going. You passed through a.
Kojima and backtracking.
Oops, I did not mean to do that. I do want to show you something. I don't know why I held square there. I never do that. So I do like to change to the subsistence camera here, but I do want to show you something actually. So, I won't show you this. When you go into this room here, if you have the subsistence camera on, if you hold forward, which is how you'd think you'd go up the stairs, he'll just go right back down the stairs through the load zone again. So you really want to be on the snake eater camera for this room. So that's sort of the oddities that I was talking about with the sub camera. So definitely use the snake eater camera.
Gotcha.
Anyway, what I wanted to show you was this guard here. I bump into him, and as long as you have the easy gun, just move on. He won't be able to see you. You'll be out of his range before he would recover from the bump animation. That's called the bump caution. So just go ahead and you can do that if you like. You can shoot him, you can whatever. It's just
Okay.
that's just how I like to get through that. But it will become relevant in the next room.
Dang it.
I'm sorry, not the next room, before the end. So at some point, once you get out of the lab, you're going to want to change to your stun grenades. I like to do it right now while I'm rolling under the electric fence. We are going to need them for the fear. You definitely want to enter the fear fight with stun grenades already equipped. Otherwise, you might not be able to complete the fight in time.
Nope, stand up, snake. I just love that corner.
Cool, you've got the stun grenades on, very good. So, I'll go ahead and show you how to do this fight. So, once you skip this cutscene, you want to be holding L2, so that way you get into the item menu on the first frame. You really do not want to waste any time before you fake death pill in this room. It's very important. That's why we also equip the stun grenades before we go in. So, we're going to go ahead and use the fake death pill. What that's going to do is that's going to make the fear run up to us, and once he gets to a certain point, then he's going to start walking. Okay, we want to time our revive so that we revive right when he starts walking towards us, okay? And I'll show you what to do from there. So let me show you what that looks like.
All right.
Actually, I'll go ahead and explain the next part. After we revive, we're just going to throw a stun grenade at our feet, okay? And then unload on with a 1911. Pretty simple. So let me show you. So there you go. Just when he starts walking forward, that's when I'm going to revive. And I'm going to throw a stun grenade at my feet. And now the important thing is that I get that grenade out of my hand as soon as possible. So as soon as I revive, I hold R1 and mash square. I want to get that grenade out ASAP, okay? I also throw it to the left, and the reason for that is this. It lets me aim at him and keep aiming at him without ever getting stunned too much.
Oh, okay.
See? And you would just unload on him, quick reloading between magazines, and you would finish him off just like that. So let me show you that again
Okay.
without any stopping. Hold L2, fake death pill, and as long as you didn't waste any time, he'll always go right in front of where my camera's pointing, just like that. And mash square to get that grenade out. Throw it to my left. Oops. Change to 1911 and unload.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, why don't you go ahead and give that a shot?
Before I forget, I'm gonna make it my save point.
Do you want to save?
He wasn't dead after all.
Okay, I forgot to fake, but I wanted to make sure I did, or to quick reload, but I wanted to make sure I didn't kill him.
Yeah,
Alright.
of course.
Okay.
So you'll notice he got to run away a little bit there.
Yes.
That's because you were a little bit slow in throwing your grenade. You weren't mashing it basically as soon as you could. Either that or you were late to revive. But I don't think it was late to revive. I think you were just a bit slow on the grenade that time. But if he ever runs away, it's one of those two things.
All right.
So a note about when I revive. I actually use a specific note in the audio, in the music as an audio cue. I can't really describe it other than just going do 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 do, but that's not really that helpful. If you want to go ahead and give my stream a listen, I can illustrate that point.
Okay.
I want to go ahead and unmute my stream. But it's on the third note of the of this Snake is Dead theme.
Okay.
It's like the MGS theme, and it goes do 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 do. Yeah. So on the third note of that, that's when I'll revive.
Okay.
So just pay attention to when I hold L.
All right.
That might have been a bit early, but yeah, that was a bit early. So a little bit later than that, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
That's the tradition of I'm no rookie. Whenever I try to demo something, I always do it wrong. Every time. But the third note. Little bit after the third note.
Alrighty.
He wasn't dead after all.
Get back out fast there. Oh, that was weird. I didn't realize you could knock him down like that.
Yeah, you just did a bunch of lethal damage to him,
Stop playing dead.
which knocks him over. Yeah, so the issue...
Sorry, I was... Go ahead.
No, the issue there was the quick reload. You want to reload your gun a little bit quicker than that so you can get your DPS out quicker.
Probably gonna be in a weird spot.
He wasn't
Oh,
dead
it doesn't
after
help if
all.
I don't have the stun grenades equipped anyway.
How did that happen?
I think panic. I think I
Okay.
realized I wasn't holding L2, and so I just like my brain went, oh, hit a million different things.
Stop playing
Sure.
dead.
Nice, quick turn.
Dang it. Man, I keep fumbling. I think I'm hitting it too many times.
In that case, I think you were just too slow. I didn't detect any extra presses, but it's possible I missed one, I guess.
Well, I meant, sorry, I meant hitting R2 too slow. Or, I mean, too many times, so I put my gun back away.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't detect that you pressed R2 too many times.
Oh, I gotcha.
Wasn't dead after all.
Really slow. Oh, no.
That was pretty good. Okay, so in that case, you would just shoot him with the easy gun. It's faster to shoot him with the easy gun than it is to carry on. Or sorry, than it is to restart the fight.
Okay.
He has some weird iframes though, so just unload on him and eventually he'll die. Oh, you want to shoot, dude? You want to start shooting?
I
now.
was gonna try it one more time before.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you were going for it.
Oh, no, I wanted to do one more run on it really quick, so I was just
Feel
kind
free.
of getting an aiming practice in there.
Yeah. So, a couple of things. If you're slow with the initial fake death pill, it's possible that he'll end up behind you. So that way, when you revive, you'll basically back up into him. If that happens, you need to take a couple of steps before throwing your stun grenade. You would still mash square to get it out ASAP, but you would take a step forward. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that way you don't bump
Gotcha.
into him.
So
Because if you
still get the grenade out, but move.
yes, if you bump into him, it'll cancel your grenade throw. So just keep that in mind. Yeah.
Aha. So exactly.
What?
Speak of the
That's
devil.
convenient. So go ahead and try this with your newfound knowledge.
Oh no! Yep, I see what you did. Yep. For some reason, my brain was thinking to aim for, like, throw it and then move. I don't know why.
That's
And
fine.
I'm sure I can't do anything here now. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
long gone.
You're cooked. Yeah, but it's not the end of the world. So,
Okay. What are the odds of you bringing that up? And then...
Wasn't dead after all.
Slow down. Where did... Oh, you punk.
I was close. I was close. You were a little bit slow with that grenade throw, and a little bit slow on the aiming. But other than that, that was good. So just practice
Okay.
that. You'll get a feel for it,
Yeah.
and we are good to go ahead and carry on. There is a different strat. It's the same premise. You could just use the knife instead.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and show you that since I need to finish the fight anyway.
Oh, interesting.
But it's definitely an advanced strat. I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you. It's something you can practice in your own time if you like. It is a little bit faster, but it is quite a lot harder.
Okay, all right.
So it's the exact same thing. You would fake death pill and throw a stun grenade exact same way, except you're going to use the knife instead of the 1911. So change to the knife, and you're going to have to get a little bit close, but the knife has a bigger range than you think, so you don't want to get too close.
Okay.
And just make sure you quick reload before he does that big end slashing animation. It's an animation cancel to let you knife a little bit quicker. So if I show you, see that last slash? It's really slow. There's a long time between the second to last and the very last slash. So if you just quick reload, you can do that a lot quicker. Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So, we're gonna go ahead and cure the poison. In a run, you wouldn't cure the poison.
Okay.
You would just keep it. But we are just gonna cure only the poison. We're gonna keep the leech and the arrow.
Okay.
But like I said, in a run, you would keep the poison. But for learning purposes, it's gonna be a whole lot easier if we just go ahead and cure.
That makes sense.
And we are going to put the easy gun on ASAP. I want you to get in the habit of that because, like I said, this is the point in the run where stamina really starts to matter because your easy gun is no longer going to restore stamina faster than it drains. So you really want to keep your stamina up. I like to keep the subsistence camera on for this room. It's personal preference. I feel like it... Or sorry, just for the beginning of this room, really. I'm going to move to the right and then roll over this railing, and that's when I switch cameras. So we are going to do a little bit of glitch here. We're going to roll on top of this crate here. Face left, raise your gun, and hold L1 so you can strafe. Walk off the ledge and then press triangle. It'll grab it, just like that. Show you that again.
Okay.
So roll onto the crates, get onto this little higher section. You see how there's like 2 heights. Face left, walk off, and just press triangle. You only need to press it once. You don't need to mash or anything like that. If you mash, you're more likely to get a slow grab. A slow grab is when he does this animation as well. You see how he climbed over? He'll do that animation as well. That's a little bit slower. Yeah, so why don't you give that a shot?
Oh, hit it too late. Okay.
You gotta remember to hold L1.
I think I saw something. Huh. Guess I'm seeing things.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't help if the controller that I'm using is
Oh,
moved. Yeah.
I forgot.
I was like, I'm holding L1. Are you just dead? This controller is charging. It's blinking as though it's charged. Okay, well, I will keep that in mind for future.
Well, you might want to switch to that controller now with the working L1 if you're not already on it, because we are going to need it very soon.
It won't wake up. Do I have a needle here really quick? Why don't I ever have a push pin? The controller is that I was gonna switch to is charging, but it's not coming awake. Oh shoot. But I have an idea. Sorry, let me see if I can get this PS4 controller to work. Of course you won't. Shoot. Sorry about this.
You good? This glitch isn't ultra critical. It only saves a couple of seconds, but the next fight you're definitely going to want to have L1. Whoops. There's actually another way you can do it. You don't need L1 to do it. Check it out. If I can get that roll again, which of course I can. That roll's the hardest part. This whole game, I swear. It's a lot easier on PS2 than it is on a HD, but if you just walk off and turn left right before falling, you can get it just like that. See how I didn't even raise my gun at all?
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
The heck? I have 400 controllers right in front of me, and the cable just busted? Sorry, everybody.
Oh, good. So are you trying to get a DualShock 4 working?
Yes.
Cool, cool. I presume you have an adapter for that, right?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because the DualShock 4 does not work on MGS3 natively. Only
course
Peace Walker and 4 and 4.
Sorry, 1 second. I gotta go move the dog really fast. It'll be 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, everyone. All right. Well, none of these are deciding to work, so I may have to learn end without L1.
That's fine. It's just gonna make the fight a little bit more trickier. You're gonna have to be more precise with your shots and things like that. So it's not the end of the world.
I'll go from smoking ace to sniping ace.
You know, I was watching a movie today called Smoking Aces.
Yes, that is actually where the I originally thought of to have this name. It
Really?
just kind of I love poker, and I liked that movie, and I actually was making an account for one of the poker sites way back when, and I had just watched Smoking Aces. And so yeah, that's funny that you bring that up.
Well, since we can't get your controller working, we might as well just go ahead and move on.
Yeah, I was trying one more thing there, but that was not working with me.
That's fine. Well, that was a really weird ledge climb. I've never. It was very strange. Whoa! I didn't know you could climb up a ledge that high. That's weird. Oh, that's so weird. Oh well.
You learn something new every day.
Snake, are you there?
Eva.
Right. So this next room. Pay attention to the line I take. Again, this is another one of those rooms where it's really easy to lose a relatively large amount of time. So at the beginning of the room here, you're going to see a fork. Go left. Keep right. Hug the right wall. And then go in between these two trees. Bump into the guard. We're going to do another bump caution. Did you see the line I took, by the way? Hello?
Oh, sorry, I hit my mute. Yes, I did see the line, but me remembering it is going to be a different story.
That's fine. Do you want me to show you again?
Yes, please, just to more ingrain it in my brain. Yeah, if you don't hear me for a little bit, there's this headset that I have. It has a little mute switch on the cord very close to everything, so I sometimes just bump it.
Yeah, happens.
So just yell at me.
So, bump caution. That's it. See the line again?
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and meet me here, and we'll carry on. The second half of the room is a lot easier to remember, anyway. Yeah, sometimes people go right, and then they lose, like, 10 seconds. I think it's 12, 11, 12 seconds, something like that, for going right.
Oh, just like that.
Yeah, let me show you the line again.
Man. Okay. Yeah, I gotta get my brain wrapped around that.
Go ahead and have a look at my screen again.
Okay.
So once you get to this fork, go left and take a direct line straight over here. Hug the right wall. Up. And then just curve over a little bit between these two trees here, and then a bump caution.
Okay.
Let's try that.
To get the guards back, should I fake death here or can I run back?
No, fake death though.
Okay, yeah.
Whenever you want to
figured
reset a
as much,
room.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you fake death, that counts as time, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured there wasn't like a magic fix all. Oh, I lost 20 seconds in this room. Just completely erase that. Oh no, up over that way.
Very good. You recognize.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
That makes a lot.
Good. So go ahead and pause the game. I'll show you the rest of the room.
Okay.
Yeah. So go on through. we're going to go north pretty much as soon as we can. And we're going to go straight up this hill. There's a guard. We're going to shoot him, roll up the hill, and then go straight north again. Roll over this trap. Don't go around it. Straight up the hill and on into the end fight. Remember to tap R2. Or sorry, change to your stun grenades and then tap R2 so they're on your previous before going into the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and give that a shot?
Oh, nope, it doesn't help if I don't shoot him, but...
Hey, you got him out of the way. That's all that matters.
This is HQ.
Yeah, so you want to go straight north. As soon as you get up that hill, you don't want to go around those trees. You want to go straight
Shoot,
up.
and I went too far and didn't...
It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's just a small time save. These the menu that I told you to do. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So reason why you do that is so they'll be on your previous going into the fight. It'll make it a little bit easier going in.
Okay.
You'll see.
Was that a pun there? It's not the end of the world?
Oh, hold on. I have something to read. Hold on. Where is it? Pins. This next part is the end. It's not the end of the run. It's a boss called the end. There's also a boss called the boss, but that's not this boss. That boss is at the end.
Is that plywood commenting? Or is that...
That's
Or is that-
Apache. That is all Apache.
Apache,
That is
yeah,
Apache's thing.
Yep. Okay,
He-
yeah.
he-
I remember seeing that being pinned or something.
He said that at GDQ. He said it at a lot of marathons. I'm sure he'll say it at ESA.
I mean,
It's all
it
the
is
best.
it is a great quote because it's so true. It's so perfect, and it just sums up Metal Gear Solid, really, when you think about it.
All right. So once you gain control of Snake, this is where you would tap R2, put the stun grenades back on. It's fine if you don't. Just go ahead and menu them. So once I turn this corner, the end is just up there on that hill, as you can see his scope. Once I turn this corner, he's going to see me and shoot at me. So I'm going to hide behind that tree for just a split second to dodge a shot. And then I'm going to run up to the edge of the cliff and start throwing stun grenades at him. You'll see. Just for a split second. Stand here and throw 3 stun grenades in this sort of general area. Overhand is very important. So he shot me because I buffered. But I'm going to go ahead and show you where to throw those. Sort of right roughly there, see where the grass ends, sort of roughly in that area. It's not
Okay.
precise or anything like that. We also don't need to worry about landing them on his platform or anything like that. Just as long as they're overhand and sort of in his general area, that's good. We don't need them to be right next to him. We just need them to be affected by them. So I'm gonna show you
Okay. All right.
that. One, 2, 3. Okay. Then I equip this easy gun, turn away, so I don't get affected by the very last stun grenade. And now you'll see he's going to be stunned for a very long time. He's going to sit there for about 10 seconds. Take my word for it, he does. Shoot him in the head. Well, okay, whiff. Shoot him in the head, and then that starts the second part of the fight, which will carry on once you get to this point. So why don't you go ahead and try that out, or I can show it to you again if you like, or if you have any questions. What do you think?
I'll give it a whirl.
Sure.
I didn't turn away. That's bad.
My eyes.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
So there you go. You see the benefit of holding L1, how hard it was to aim. But what happened there is you got an arm shot, so you definitely want to get that headshot. That's going to be really important in making the fight a lot easier.
Okay. I'm since I again forgot, I'm gonna make a save point at the beginning of this.
Oh, you don't want to save in this room. Sorry, I should have told you. You definitely want to save before this. If you load this save 3 days from now,
Yep.
no, if you load it 3 days from now, you'll die. And if you load it a week from now, he'll die.
Yep. Yep. Well, again, if I'm gonna practice this, which I plan on, I will have plenty of time to make save points.
Yep. It is not a big deal. So you definitely want to roll up that hill, bud.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
My eyes.
Nice, you got that headshot. Cool. So that's the first part of the fight. Now that you know the premise, I'll leave you to practice that on your own. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to the second part. So I'll show you what to do.
Okay.
So once you shoot him in the head there after those stun grenades, he's gonna lay down and shoot at you. What you need to do is let him shoot at you and fully cock his gun. It's important that you wait for him to fully cock his gun before shooting again. Otherwise, you'll knock him over and he'll get iframes and run away, and you won't be able to finish the fight. So, let me get there. One, two. I also space out these stun grenades a little bit. I don't throw them as quick as I can. I'll explain more about that later. We get into like backups and stuff. So yeah, turn away, go for that headshot, and now when he goes for his shot, I'm gonna dodge it by going into first person and leaning fully to one side.
Okay.
See how he missed. So now I'm gonna shoot him. Well, usually 3 times in the head, but twice would have ended it there for reasons I'll explain later. So once you dodge that shot, it will be 1, 2, 3, and the fight's over. Okay?
Okay.
So, a little bit about what I was talking about with backups. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember what I said about backups about 30 seconds ago. But it was something important, which I'll remember at some point.
Spacing out the grenade throws.
Yes, thank you. So, it's a little bit weird. If you throw your grenades super quickly, he sometimes won't stay stunned for the full 10 seconds. He'll stay stunned for a very short amount of time. So just space him out a little bit. You'll get a feel for it.
All right.
It's not hard. It's not precise or anything like that. It's just something that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So go for that headshot. And dodge him. Wait for him to cock his gun. Then 1, 2, and then one more to end it. Now, because we got that headshot after all those stun grenades, what that means is look at his health. Look at how low it is.
Yeah.
That means that that last shot doesn't have to be a headshot. It can be an arm shot, a body shot, whatever. That is the value of that setup that we did. The other half of the value. The first half of the value is that he stays stunned for about 10 seconds. If he didn't do that, he would not stay stunned for very long, and you'd have to do the fight really quickly. The other half is that you don't have to get 3 headshots at the end of the fight. This fight used to be really hard until we found the setup here. So,
All right.
yeah. Why don't you go? Any questions? Or want to see it again, or do you want to try that out?
I think in concept I have it.
Yep. It really is going to be the fact that you don't have an L1 that's going to make this fight tricky. roll up that hill.
Oh yeah. Dang it. Yep, yeah, that'll one be very nice.
Call yourself a son of the
Oh man, yeah, that's another thing the L1 does. Is it gets rid of that scope glint. I didn't even think about that.
I did not either.
That scope glint's a big problem on PS2. It's always there.
what's going on. It's over already.
So in a run, if you ever don't kill him in this one room here, fake death kill and try again. You never ever want to chase the end into another room. It's never going to be faster.
Gotcha.
Plus, you really want to get this loop down. You really want to learn how to do this fight because this fight is going to be where you save and lose a lot of time. When I verify new runners runs, right? This is where they lose, 4 or 5 minutes to trying this. So the more you practice this and the more consistent you get at it, you're automatically getting a 5-minute advantage on everyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Huge amount of time. That's colossal amounts of time. So it's hugely worth it to practice this fight as much as possible.
Oh, dang it. Okay. So now I'm assuming obviously that he takes there's a cap to the damage he can take from the stun grenades, and that's why it's not just 19 stun grenades and everything.
Yeah, eventually he just stops taking damage.
Okay.
The developers of this game were smart, and they realized that it would be easy to cheese a lot of bosses, especially with the stun grenades, because they literally stun most bosses. So they added a cap for everything, actually. The way it works is every weapon, the more you damage a boss with it, the less damage they take from it. So that's partially why we wait here before going on with our last 3 easy gun shots. There's another reason, but it also becomes relevant on like European Extreme when you're fighting the end. You would also wait, so you do full damage.
Gotcha. Okay. Man, yeah, that scope glint. Please wake up.
It's brutal.
Please wake up.
What's going on?
That is brutal.
It's so frustrating because I can see it sitting there flashing and charging.
If you want, you can try this. You can try using the scope, aiming at him, right? And then changing, like you'd have the scope on, easy gun on, right? Equip the scope, aim at him, and then hold the L2, unequip the scope, and if you're already aiming right at him. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think there was a James Bond game that you could do that, where you would you could zoom in with like the binoculars or something, or a sniper rifle, and then you could just shoot straight away with a pistol, and you could see people.
I think it's a little bit like Halo as well. There's a similar thing in Halo, although it's a glitch, I think, for the sword zip or whatever they call that, the sword dash. Similar thing. Roll up that hill.
Dang it! Every time. I didn't think I let go of square there.
Okay, so that's the thing that happens. It's not perfectly consistent. It's based on timing, whether or not he'll hit you. If he hits you and knocks you over, don't wait. Just go right into your final 3 shots. Nice, you got him. Really nice. Yeah, so if he hits you, you wouldn't wait for him to buffer. You wouldn't wait for him to cock his gun or anything like that. You would just go right into your final 3 shots. But you got him, so that's good.
All right.
Where did I end up? I think he ran away. Yep. So I'll meet you there. Go ahead and start the ladder climb. Make sure you grab the Mosin Nagant. Equip it and equip the box. And then go ahead and climb up the ladder, and we will get going. And as soon as you equip the cardboard box, use it to go up that hill.
Okay. So what got you into like why Metal Gear Solid 3?
It's my favorite game. That's pretty much it.
I can respect that. Okay, it does not help if I don't. Oh, duh, it's to the right.
Why did I do that? Also, if you still have the thermal goggles on, you can go ahead and take them off now. Yeah, so we're going to use the box on all hills and stairs from now on. Only if we're going up hills, not down hills. But yeah.
What a thrill
I love this ladder.
with darkness and silence through the night.
One of the most infamous inanimate objects in gaming.
Would you like to know how tall it is?
I actually would, yes.
154 meters.
Wow. That sounds awful. I mean, I'm terrified of heights, and I don't like regular ladders that much. And, yeah, this is basically a nightmare.
Really?
Like, it's not to that point, but yeah, I don't like heights. I'm not a big heights person. I'm not a big fan of ladders. But yeah, in real life, if someone were to have me take this ladder, I mean, I know OSHA would have a field day because obviously there's no guards or anything, but yeah, there's no way I'd ever touch this ladder.
I think a lot of people are in that camp with you.
You don't want to go up 100? You said it was 150.
154 meters. Yep.
154. You don't want to go up 154 meters with just relying on your own hand strength and.
I don't know. It doesn't. Right now, it doesn't scare me all that much. I mean, put me in front of the ladder and maybe I'll have a different opinion. But right now,
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, luckily my dislike and fear of heights and stuff is not to the point where, you know, looking at this or climbing this in a video game is upsetting me or anything, but
all right. So this room is really simple. We're just gonna run straight to the exit. Now, you can go ahead and play along. It's like I said, it's simple. So I do recommend, in runs at least, looking down to reduce lag, to make the game slow down less, which saves time. But I want you to see the line, so you can go ahead and, you know, just practice it, run straight to the exit. But in a run, you would do it like this. So going into the next room, you're going to roll into the load zone as normal, but you're going to also equip the box because there's a hill right at the beginning of the next room. So you'll save a little bit of time then. Yeah. Like there's like, you know how it plays a little like mini cutscene of Snake entering the room? There's literally a hill there. You're walking on a hill during so you'll walk up that hill faster.
Huh. Would you look at that?
So what we're going to do in this room, go ahead and watch me this time instead of playing along. This room is a little bit complicated, and you want to be a little bit careful in this room. So,
okay.
This first guard, we're going to bump into him and roll. That'll knock him out. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but rolling into guards is a one-hit knockout on very easy. So we're going to be using the box as much as possible, pretty much.
Right.
Bump into this guy. Now, when you bump into them, take just like half a step or a step or so before rolling. Otherwise, they might like how I framed, and they won't get knocked over. Just keep that in mind. So we're going to do that 3 times.
So bump into them and then roll?
Exactly.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Good catch. Good hand strength there. Hey, climbing that ladder, luckily it didn't fatigue him too much.
So we are going to grab the RPG here. And then just roll right on out. Okay, roll better than that. and then bump into this guy, do another roll, and again equip the box before you go into the next room. But yeah, that's it. So any questions, or you want to give that a shot?
I think I'll give it a go and see where I end up there.
Good. It is possible to shoot some of those guards, but it's either slower or really risky. So I don't recommend shooting anybody in this room. Just roll in, everybody.
I'm gonna.
Off to a great start.
Yep, absolutely.
You do want to try to avoid getting an alert in this room, so go ahead and reset the room and try again. It's okay if you get an alert in a run in this room, but you still want to try to avoid it. I'll explain that in a minute, but for now, go ahead and try it.
Okay. I'm assuming it's something to do with the locked door and everything.
Exactly.
Man. Okay. All right. I think I'm
Who's that?
just doing things too late here.
You want to bump into him with the box on.
Oh, okay. That explains it. Nope, no, Okay, alright. Why do I keep double tapping that?
Who's
Are you
that?
tapping L2? as
Yeah,
well?
I think I'm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm tapping it too light.
No, don't tap it at all. Just let the guard unequip it. Just bump into the guard.
Oh, that would make perfect sense. Okay, yep, that would.
When you do that roll, that's fine what you did, but just to try to angle it more toward where you're going. You can actually roll or over that big rock on the corner there. But it's not the end of the world if you
I
don't.
see what you mean.
Few
by the
seconds.
headphones there.
Yep.
So now, should I reset, or since I didn't get the?
You get the idea. Just carry on. Oh well. Yeah, you want to go. Now
Yeah.
I would go ahead and reset the room.
Okay, yeah. My brain just stopped there for a half second.
That's fine.
Control here. We're being attacked.
It is all good.
Going into high alert.
Yeah, I don't know why I did this, but when I was showing you the room, I kind of took the box on and off. I don't know why. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it on pretty much always. Yeah, so you don't want to get a caution. You want to make sure you take that guard out.
Okay, yeah.
Must be lurking nearby. HQ, please respond.
You know, here I thought the boss fights and the fury and all that were gonna be my slowdowns. Little did I know it was gonna be the mountain.
Mountains is the most notoriously hard section of the game. Pretty much. Do you want to see me do it again?
Actually, yeah, because I think now I'm trying to roll in the right direction too late.
What the hell? He must be lurking nearby.
I think that is part of my. Oh, okay.
Like that.
Okay. All right.
Now, keep in mind one thing. Have a look at my stream again.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm going to stay on this camera. So, careful walking around ledges with the box on. You know how this happens. Well, not with the box on. Here's what happens if you have the box on. Whoops.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So just be careful.
All right. That is
That becomes
very-
especially relevant during the Fury, because there's a big hole in the bottom or in the south of the room. So just keep that in mind. Good. I notice you're kind of stopping when you bump into the guards. You don't really want to do that. Do keep moving. Good. That last one was perfect.
I think I kept hitting it so late that I was trying to overcompensate.
Yeah, so remember to pick up the RPG in the little hut. Nice. And remember to put the box on when you go into the next room during the roll. Very good. So, what I was talking about with the alerts, I can go ahead and show you. I'll go ahead and intentionally get an alert and show you what I mean.
Okay.
The line through the next room is the same, whether you're on an alert or not, but I wanted you to learn it without an alert first. I gotta get there first, obviously. Takes a minute to get through this room. So check out what I do. Actually, no, I need to get the alert. I'm gonna go ahead and get that alert. Move on through. So, if you get an alert, what you want to do is unequip the easy gun going into the next room, so that way you keep the alert. Because the way that the door actually works in this room, also pay attention to the line that I take. It's not super complicated. Basically, just go up the mountain. The way that this door works is it only locks if your status changes to alert or evasion while inside of this room. If you go into the room with an alert or evasion and you keep it the entire time, the door will just never be locked.
Oh, okay.
So if you have an alert, you would take off the easy gun so that way the guards are always seeing you, and you keep it the whole time. If you have an evasion, you would put the easy gun on and make sure it never turns into an alert. And as you can see, the door is unlocked.
Oh, okay. Huh.
The line's not super complicated either. It's basically just going up the mountain. So why don't you give that a shot?
Oh, nope. Wrong way. Oh, no. Roll snake. Or just saunter. That's fine. It's called slow running. Dang it. Yeah, I just wanted to prove to you that it's not just running up the mountain. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I get the gist of it. It's just making sure I take the right line.
Yeah, you would roll onto that sort of center section near the end of the room a little bit earlier. Other than that, that was pretty good. There's a bridge at the beginning that you walked over. You would roll across the trench instead of taking the bridge,
You know
basically. But
where
other than that, it was basically clean up the line, don't miss the rolls, things like that.
Okay.
All right, so we will go ahead and get to the beginning of the Fury, and then we'll call that a stopping point, and you can do your first practice run. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Good, good. So move on through. Once you get back inside of the mountaintop ruins, there's going to be some noodles to your right, and make absolutely sure you do not grab these. Seriously, you don't want them. because if you have them in your inventory, when you get to the end of the game, you won't have any food. Okay,
Oh.
and you need that food to heal to feed to Eva. So just don't grab it.
Interesting.
So in this trench, we are going to do a little bit of a fancy roll to get up on top of that right there. If you roll from right here straight over there, wow, I miss it. Of course I do. But if you do that properly, you'll land on it. I kind of roll from the end of this wooden support area here and just roll straight up on it, just like that. Now, I want to show you, this line's a little bit easier in the subsistence camera, so I like to use this camera here. I want to show you the line to take after you get this roll, so go ahead and have a look at my stream.
Okay.
So you'll do the roll up here, and you want to roll off of, wow, naturally. I'm going to reset the room so that guy's not. Like I said, it's the demo effect.
Yeah.
So you'll roll towards this sort of section here, so that way you land off of it, you like that, and then roll again.
Okay.
And then you can go in the door that way. It's a little bit quicker than just rolling straight down. You can roll straight down if you want. It's just a little bit quicker to
Gotcha.
do this. But yeah. I don't know if you saw what I meant when I said I rolled off of that ledge and I sort of fell off of it while in the rolling animation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Give that a shot.
Okay, a little bit after. I'm going a little bit before.
Actually, it was your angle there. You'd want to face a little bit more southwest. You're facing a little bit too much west when you do the roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go, just like that.
Just break my leg.
So this is the last room before the Fury. I'll show you how to get through this, I guess. What I like to do is I like to go into this room in the Snake Eater camera, change the sub camera for just a split second so I can see the railing, so I can roll over it a little bit easier, and then box down. Personal preference. Again, personal preference. You can do however you want. That's it. Just walk to the end. Ooh, actually, I got one more funny thing to show you. Maybe I can get one more funny thing to end it on. Yeah, I got it. Okay. You can do this. It doesn't do anything, but you can do this. And then if you climb up at any point, it just starts the fight. But yeah, there you go. So that's
Weird.
this is where we will go ahead and call it if you want to make your save here.
Okay.
This is where we will resume from.
I can do that.
Save. Yeah.
Should I save? Should I get to the beginning of the Fury and save, or?
I would save in the room you're in now, personally.
Okay. All right.
You want to save?
Okay.
All right, so we will go ahead and take a few minutes intermission. Give everybody an opportunity to grab a drink, cool down a little bit. About 5 minutes. We will see you all back. Good. See you soon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to I'm No Rookie, episode 28. This is the solo run portion of our lesson today. smokinace007 is going to do a solo run up to the Fury, is what we learned up to today. So, smokinace, how you feeling about it? You feel good?
Yeah, if you could just, run through everything again, and then we'll be good to go. No.
Yeah, sure. So first, what you do is, all right. So whenever you're good to get going, I will start the timer on your mark.
All right, and I guess I'll go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
After the
You
end
lost
of World
time there.
War
I'm going to go
II,
ahead and have to
the
ask you to
world was
reset.
split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Do you copy?
Tom.
Wait, did you think I was serious?
I
I was
I'm
kidding.
yeah, for in my head, for some reason I was thinking you could skip um the after World War II, so my brain just shut down.
No, it's all
I
good. No, I was totally kidding.
see, you hang on to someone's every word when they teach you, and then they mess with. Nah. No, that was good. I have to say that was
I wasn't trying to get you to reset the run. I was just making a joke about people who reset a lot.
that shows where my brain is right now.
That's all fine.
Okay, all right, just kidding. All right,
All right,
Yeah.
all right, everybody, welcome back. We just came back from intermission. This is the first thing you've seen since intermission. Welcome back to I'm No Rookie, episode 28, part 2. Take it away, Smoking Ace.
Mr. Speedy, I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna say that I hit like European Extreme or something. Okay, all right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
After the
my
end
my
of World
brain
War
just didn't
II,
even
the
question
world
it.
was split
Just
into
didn't
two,
even.
East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
That was well played.
Jack, I've got some.
I know it's only been 2 hours, but my brain is just going. It was so long ago when we talked about this.
Well, that's fine. No one expects a world record out of you. So just take your time. Take time to recall anything you need. Ask me any questions. It's not like a quiz. I am here to help you. So
I'm No Rookie Deep End Edition. Just
yeah.
teach it and then tick me off.
Snake.
13%?
What was that? Sorry.
I was making a joke about not skipping the
Oh.
cutscene.
Oh, yeah. What am I doing here?
That reminds me of Dead Rising. one of the quotes from the survivors while they're being dragged along is, "What are we doing here?"
I went the... Yep. Starting off strong.
Hey, you found the tail hitbox. Remember what I was saying about how big it is?
Yeah. See, I just wanted to test it for myself. I didn't believe you for a little bit, so I was like, you know, the tail doesn't really do anything.
Snake?
Shoot. Too late.
Who's that?
I was thinking that part was a little longer.
You want to try to avoid that particular alert because I think it cancels this cutscene. Yes, it does, and this happens. You end up walking from the beginning of the load zone in this room, which is a little bit slower than just skipping the cutscene.
Gotcha.
It's not worth resetting over, but in future, try to not get that alert.
Okay. Oh, you said tank that alert. Oh.
Oh, it's fine if you don't get it. It doesn't really matter. Just don't get knifed. Just don't... What was that shot? What? All right. Well, either way, all that matters is that you don't lose time by getting knifed or something like that.
You know, if I could recreate it, I would tell you. Nope. Every time. Every stinking time.
Who was that?
So did you recognize which one you were meant to go through?
I'm fairly certain. I don't know why I can't wrap my brain around it.
It's the first one on the left.
No.
Oh, I guess I should say the farthest left one.
Yeah. Nope, back this way. We're not done with Ocelot yet.
You can just do a roll straight to the southwest, and you'll get all of their
Okay.
bodies.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't worry too much about memorizing the rooms and all that, or I should say, not having them memorized yet. Obviously, it's something you'll get as you play the game more,
No.
knowing exactly where each corner is. That one right there in particular, where you kind of stumbled a little bit just there at the end. I used to stumble on that one all the time when I was new. I'd be like, "Oh, when's the turn?"
Yeah. Oh.
Nice.
I like the pattern.
Yeah.
I like patterns.
Yeah. The pattern's not only satisfying, but a good one to remember.
Sorry for being boring, everybody. I learned very early from one of the other little bits that I was trying to learn that if I try to commentate too much on my own run, I lose all sorts of brain power in the actual run itself.
So you don't want to equip the easy gun yet. You'll see why when you get out of this cutscene.
I forgot.
It's all good. No. Well, I was hoping you'd keep it on so you could see what happens.
Oh, sorry.
It force unequips it, so it's gonna take it completely out of your previous. So you'd have to just hold
Oh.
R2, go up again. It's literally a waste of a menu, is all it is.
Oh, okay.
So now you would equip it.
That's so great.
What?
Just, I know there's a little bit of a delay, but yeah, that.
Yeah. I didn't quite understand what you said. I realize now
yeah.
you said that's so great, I think.
Yep. Yeah, just how, like you said, how poor the guard's sight is with the easy gun and everything.
Yeah, there's another place where you can do something really interesting. You know, in Warehouse 1, when you get to the top of the stairs, there's that guard that sits right by the exit.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but in MGS3, you have a huge hitbox for your roll. Like, I mean huge. You should see the distance that you can hit that guard from. Go watch my VE guide on my channel, and go to Warehouse 1. I do it in the guide,
Okay.
just for fun. You can see just how far away you can hit that guard from.
Okay. Alright,
That sure is a way up there.
You know, hey, I call it a personal victory that I went through the correct entrance. And then just completely whiffed on everything else.
I see him.
Oh, that's one of the reasons that I like to take that guard out sooner. I might start teaching people to just do that. I get I got it in my head that it might be a bit too much for a beginner, but really people don't struggle with this already. So I might just start teaching people to shoot that. That's what happens.
Okay. All right. Just shaking out the, shaking out
If that guard, the Eastern guard with the machine gun, gets close enough, you could like CQC or something. You've got plenty of time.
Oh, and then he runs away.
Nice, I think you got them all with that. Perfect. That's a really good fight on that last one.
Just need to work on getting a clean roll out of that window. I keep having to adjust there.
Yep. The roll out the window is kind of tricky. It's just never something you're going to nail 100% of the time.
No, too early, too early.
One time I got smacked by that crocodile like 3 times.
No, too early again. Dang picked up the thermal goggles, but I didn't equip them, so I'm gonna attempt this.
Okay. Good luck. You can feel free to use them if you like, or not. Whatever you like.
Of course.
Nice. Perfect. That's... Oh, well, you overshot the hole, but other than
Oh
that...
my goodness. Why can I not find it now? I am blind as all get out.
It's right when the fence does that sharp curve. You see that log? It's right there. Right by the log.
Makes it through minefield, still hits fence.
Nice roll. That was that fence can be kind of weird. You know, there's actually something else weird with that fence. There's a bug on the HD edition. I don't know why it happens. Probably something with the frame rate. But it has only that part of the fence, the part with the hole in it, has no electricity. It won't shock you. You can run into it all day.
Huh.
But on PS2, it will shock you. I don't understand how they did that. Made the mistake, but... Yeah, so because you got that caution, the guards are in a slightly different position, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, people used to get that caution intentionally, so that way you wouldn't have to put on the easy gun.
Oh.
And you could just take a straight line, but it really doesn't.
Interesting.
I'll back you up. Take this. You coward. Major, forgive me.
Interesting. That's a good recovery. So do you know what went wrong?
I didn't hold down square when I was coming out of the menu. I know that was part of the issue.
Okay. Yeah, I obviously not having the controller in my hand, I can't tell that much intimate detail. But what I can tell you is that for one reason or another, the stun grenade didn't come out of your hand early. You cooked it for too long, didn't throw it quick enough.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so... You also got really lucky that he missed his shots. Normally what he does is he shoots at you, he hits you, and that would cancel the grenade throw, but that didn't happen. Yeah, but... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I know that I know you said start throwing it and then aim, so that was another thing that I did. I did the, hold it down, then start aiming, and then aim where I want and throw it. So that was, I know, part of it as well.
Sure. You'll get the feel for it as you practice more. Yeah, so don't pick up the animals camo either. It's not helpful. It was probably just an accident since it's dark. I get that, but just trying to drill it in your head is
okay.
Yeah, so throw that grenade in third first.
Hey,
Not bad. Only thing I'll say is you want to be aiming at him before the grenade explodes. Make sure you don't shoot until it explodes, but aim at him so that when you're ready to go. You'll notice that he was able to do that like spinning thing where he moved aside. If you were aiming at him, got a couple shots off quicker, he would not have moved. Again, there he did it in phase 2. Same thing.
Hey! Hey!
Definitely wasn't pretty, but at least.
It's not too bad.
No, stand up. I'm stupid.
I'll tell you this, it beats Sparty's Pain Eye out on 3DS. Would you like to know how long that was?
I would like to know how long that was.
9.5 minutes.
Oh. I mean,
The 3DS version is very annoying to play, and the pain is very annoying on it.
I was listening to one of the podcasts when they were talking about it, and yeah, it sounds like it's a very interesting take on it.
For sure.
Of course, now randomly my R3 is working just fine.
I think it might be the game. Like I said, the game kind of drops R3 inputs sometimes, but just R3. I don't know why. It happens a lot, in particular, at the very beginning of the game. In the very first room, because the game always starts you on the subsistence camera, so I always change out of it immediately. Sometimes it drops that input, and sometimes it drops the input in the very next room, the swamp. When I change cameras twice in that. Sometimes it drops that input as well.
Gotcha.
I think it's probably got something to do with two inputs that are close to each other, like in time.
Oh, okay.
Two
I
subsequent
gotcha.
inputs. I'm not sure.
For the first frame dive there, you hold up an X, right?
Yeah. You just let
Okay.
go of up once you get in the water, so that way you don't turn up the camera like you did.
Yeah, I was tapping it. And that was my issue there, of course.
Yeah, just
For
hold
some
it.
reason, yeah.
Nice, you remembered. Yeah, it is, of course, very important that you do this damage to the end, because otherwise you will not be able to one screen him.
Okay.
Yeah, so you won't be able to complete the fight, or the game, if you don't
Gotcha.
do this, basically.
Okay, so if you miss the barrels, then you reset the run.
Oh yeah, if you miss the barrels, it's run over. Absolutely. But you have a lot of opportunities, a lot of time until he's out of the room. You have literally all the time until he leaves the room. You can't do it too early, so.
Now there, how did you say you avoid the camera pan up?
I just press triangle. When I'm in the water, when I'm underwater, I press triangle, and that makes him come up
Oh, okay.
really quick.
Nope, down.
Nice box grab.
I almost
So this is-
forgot it.
This is the guard I was talking about, the one who's at the very top here. If you get kind of close to him, you can roll, and you'll knock him over, but you'll be, like, nowhere near him. You can be even far. You can be way farther than that.
Wow.
Like I said, go look at the guide, and just look at that room in the guide, and just see what I do. It's crazy. There's another dumb roll you can do in here that doesn't save time. But it looks
The real
cool.
question is, does it lose time?
Yes.
Oh, dang it. I was gonna say that'd be absolutely worth it, but losing time, yeah, not usually the best. Too late, too late.
Even I mess that roll up sometimes.
I was trying to remember where you said it was, and yeah, it wasn't happening. I was just... That was a crapshoot there.
I'm glad you didn't go through that hole backwards, though. You never want to crawl back. That's big. Just crawling for a few seconds backwards, you'll lose a few seconds.
You know, then I'm not going to tell you that I was trying to do that. I accidentally turned around. I'm going to tell you that I intentionally went forward.
Nice, nice.
Oh, too late. Or too early, I mean. Oh, shoot.
What? Oh, did you get an alert?
Yep, you'll see it.
Nice. So if this happens, the only thing you can do is fake that though.
I keep reading about the little bit of the delay, and then I'm like, how did you not see that? That was very good. But then,
So I did notice that when you go for those shots, you've done it quite a few times now. You kind of just tap square. You definitely want to hold square, let the auto aim do its job, and then like.
okay.
Yeah, you can't hold up. Sorry, it might be best to just, if that happens, just roll into him or even CPC him if you want.
I honestly forgot about the hold up mechanic, so I was like, oh, I'll just shoot him again. And
Right.
then I was just too close and just.
Nice. Okay, good. They didn't hear the shot.
I was too far.
Oh no, it's just because you took the easy gun off. That's the only thing that did it.
Oh, I didn't even. I think my brain was still on the quick reloading, so I must have tapped it and then not tapped it back.
Yeah, you want
I
to be
know it.
careful quick reloading the easy gun if you don't need to, because things like that'll happen. It's more than just a gun, it's also your camo, you know?
Yeah. I see what you mean by let the auto aim do its work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the easy gun reloads pretty quick on its own, so quick reloading really doesn't save that much time compared to like the Mark 22 on other difficulties.
Gotcha.
So definitely, unless you're in a boss fight, specifically the pain, it's really not worth it to ever quick reload the easy gun.
That's
Generally,
good to know.
can't really think of any situation where that's not the case. Although sometimes I do it anyway out of habit.
I messed myself up trying to switch cameras around.
What I like to do if I ever change cameras like that is I'll turn the subsistence camera where I know the Snake Eater camera will be pointing, and then I won't have to adjust my movement once I change cameras.
That makes sense.
So in that case, I would face the camera north and then change cameras. So remember to change to your stun grenades.
Yes. Try the rolling change there.
So now that I think about it, I don't remember at any point when you were learning the fear that he escaped totally on you without you ever getting a shot off. Or actually, I should say escaping from the stun. Did that ever happen?
I don't believe so, now that I think about it.
Okay. Well, then I guess it hasn't been hammered home. Really important that you go into this fight with the stun grenades equipped. Otherwise, that has a high chance of happening.
Gotcha. Good to know.
He wasn't dead after all.
So did you catch what happened there?
Because I took too long to start shooting him, or
No, you were late to revive and late to throw the stun. He took quite a few. He took like a couple steps before you revived, and the stun. You waited like half a second to start throwing the stun. I mean, the shooting was kind of inevitable from that point because he was able to run around so much. Like when I say the shooting, I mean the delay in shooting.
Wasn't dead after all.
Good timing. That's not bad. You just want to make sure you get those shots out quicker, get your aim on point quicker. Also worth saying that headshots don't do more damage. So
okay.
center mass,
Alright.
whatever you can hit, aim for that.
All right.
Doesn't matter where you hit them. It all does the same damage. Also, you can press start to leave the menus instantly, no matter where you're at. Except for the options screen, technically, but
Gotcha.
all the other ones.
Nah, I didn't get it.
That was actually a really good roll, though.
I think I saw something. I guess I'm seeing things.
Hit roll a little too late. Oh no, I went. Shoot. That was.
Hey, you caught on, though. Do you remember the line, or?
I think I just. Did I go to the left of a tree when I needed to go to the right?
Yeah, do you want to try it again, or do you want to?
Actually, yeah. I think that was the tree that I went the wrong way.
So the order is, at the beginning of the room, once you see the fork, you'll go left, and then hug the right wall.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That's your line. But that guy, you would bump caution him rather than shoot him.
Gotcha.
Nice. That's the line.
Okay.
Very good. GL. Why do you have a blue camouflage indicator? To be honest with you, I don't really know what it means. It's kind of strange when it applies and when it doesn't, but basically it's because he has the easy gun on. The easy gun gives you a 80% camo index. It probably means that your camo index is being assisted in some way by either the stealth or the easy gun. I'm not entirely sure. But it's weird because they're like the Fears camo, spider camo, for example. It gives you a huge camo boost, but it doesn't turn the camo index blue. I don't really understand the logic behind why it turns blue sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't.
I did not do enough damage with him on that, did I?
So did you catch that one of those grenades was underhand?
Okay. Okay. I'll restart that.
If that happens, you just want to throw another in its place.
Okay. So you can throw a few more there just to kind of cover up any of those little issues.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep in mind, if you do totally run out of stun grenades, you are going to need to pick up some. There's some on the mountains, and mountains too. I don't really know how to describe where they're at. I'll explain it after the fight.
I can't see. I can't see.
Nice! That's pretty quick. Especially for not having an L1.
Who
I
needs an
see
L1?
people who have perfect use of their controllers who still take a lot longer to do that fight. It's good.
You said equip the Mosin in the box here, right?
Yes, you would equip the Mosin and the box, and you do it as soon as you pick it up, like the instant. Like
Gotcha.
I turbo X to get rid of the dialogue, and then immediately turbo start to open up the menu. Yeah, and then you would do a roll and equip the box. I do like rolling to equip the box here because it's a little... Yeah, don't unequip that junk. Just equip the box.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, never unequip. It's never faster.
My brain.
Also, take a better line. Go back to where you picked up the Mosin. I want you to learn this line.
Okay, yeah. I forgot about this when I was learning and I forgot to ask.
So,
Oh, duh.
yeah, the Mosin was right about there.
Yep. Yeah.
A little bit. The delay is making it hard to point out exactly where it
yeah,
was.
Sorry.
There you go. So, it's a little bit to your left. You see that... Hold on, stop moving. I'll let you know when I see it. Okay, so it's a little bit... It's about 10 feet to your left, 2 or 3 feet to your south. That's where you would pick it up at. So you would just go straight north, pretty much, straight up the hill. You see the straight line up the hill?
Okay.
That's the line you would take, straight up. All right, so go ahead and do that. Yep, there you go.
Freaking mark.
And then just straight right.
Right. I don't know why I was thinking left there. Okay. Even with all of this, still faster than my last time.
Yeah. You mean that when you were learning, or like did you do
No,
one?
the last time that I beat it, which was a little over a year ago now. I was doing my own little kind of marathon run, a little 24-hour stream, and this one took me the longest of all of them, and it took me, because I hadn't played it in quite a long time, and it took me like 7.5 hours or something.
Really? Was that
Yeah.
skipping cutscenes?
I'm gonna say no, but no, I think it was just a mixture of not having played the game in forever, so I forgot about a few things, and of course the end, and I was playing on normal, and I should have went for what I was trying to do, I just completely forgot a lot of this game. And so I think I just kept getting hung up. Like I said, I know the end gave me some issue. The Fury definitely gave me some issue. I
Yep.
think randomly the boss gave me issue because I forgot how exactly she even kind of worked.
Yeah, those are common struggle points. It's very common for players to struggle with the end, especially casually when you don't know how to take them out quickly. And the boss, because she just does a lot of damage, and you don't really necessarily have a good understand. A lot of players don't understand how to use CQC at that point in the game. The game did a very bad job, I should say, of instructing them on how to use it and actually encouraging its use. So most players end up going through the entire game without using it at all. So then they get to the boss where you have to literally have to use it. You have no choice. You have to use it to complete the fight. And they're like, what the hell do I do?
Oh shoot! I forgot to equip the box.
In that load zone, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no hill. But it's the next two that
gotcha.
do matter. So what I was talking about is there's that like mini cutscene there where Snake is walking into the room. In the next two rooms, there is literally a hill in that cutscene that Snake is walking across, and he'll slow walk up it if you don't equip the box.
Gotcha.
And you have no control over it during that scene, so you couldn't even roll or anything. Yeah, so this next room is where you would pick up stun grenades if you need them, if you ever run out. Like I said, if you have totally zero, you do need to pick some up, or else you won't get any for the boss. They're in this little cubby at the beginning of at the beginning of Mountains 2. Like right before you go up the big slope at the beginning, there's a little cubby that you can go into, and there's stun grenades in there.
Oh, okay. I just want to grab that. Okay, I see. Definitely a little unconventional way to do that. But no alert, so I'm content. Oh no, I hit it. Dang it. Oh, I'll see the penalty for my mistake. Okay, yep.
You saw the little hill there.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's what I was talking about. That you'd roll a little bit more. Maybe you should just watch the guide for this room, and you'll see what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
The angle for that first. But either way, you get the idea.
Yeah.
Except for this ledge, which is giving you some trouble.
A little bit. No, no, fall. Stupid snake. Forget naked snake, it's sticky snake.
Aren't those one and the same?
You know, fair enough. That is a fair point. I cannot dispute that at all.
Do you know where?
That's a lot funnier than it should be. I feel like also when I was playing that I had a lot of issue on Volgan as well.
Yeah, that's common too. There's a cheese for Volgan that we're going to do. Well, I guess on VE he's not that hard anyway. He's kind of always a cheese. But regardless, we're going to do a cheese. It makes him a lot easier. If you don't do it, Volgan becomes a lot harder. Especially, people tend to try to non-lethal the bosses, and Volgan becomes very difficult when you try to non-lethal him, because you only have two options, and both of those options fire very slowly. So, We're gonna use an SVD. Literally rinse his health in about 2 seconds. So if that happens in a run and you miss that roll, you wouldn't go back and try it like that. You would just climb up the ledge and carry on.
I gotcha.
But it's fine to practice that for learning's sake.
Okay. Wow. Really? It absolutely blows my mind that we are already back to that position.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I already feel 1,000 times more comfortable with this game, and
That's
that blows
good.
my mind.
That's that first barrier broken, getting a little bit comfortable with the game. The intimidation is real at first, but then you sort of get familiar with the game, get a little friendly with it, and make
Yeah,
some progress.
I think for the longest time, this I have to say is probably my least favorite of the kind of core Kojima Metal Gear Solids because I in my head I felt like it was almost too realistic. And
Really?
it seemed I don't know, I just have a picture in my head when I first played it and thinking that it was just a little too unforgiving. I still loved it, of course, don't get me wrong. Even being my least favorite Metal Gear Solid, it's still Metal Gear Solid is my favorite series of all time, so it's still way up there. But I think out of all of them, and I think it was just kind of that intimidation almost of, maybe I just didn't put enough time into it to really grasp some of the mechanics and stuff and things like that. But
Hey, well, this will be some of that. Sorry, this will be helpful to break some of that stigma.
yeah,
So
it already has, absolutely.
yeah, and there's a lot more to come. There's a lot more complex strategies later on in the game too. So
All right.
eager to see, how that goes. You've actually been doing a really good job for real. Like you're learning this stuff pretty well. You're taking it on well, and you're executing it well. So
Well,
really glad to see that.
I appreciate the, having it's good to have nice, clear, concise instructions so that has and I appreciate your patience as well. That is another, something that makes it that much easier to start to pick up on these things.
Definitely. Yeah, and there is the MGS3 VE guide that I released a couple months ago now or something like that, which has some more stuff that you can check out if you want a refresher on anything, or even as an alternative or a substitute for this INR if you wanted. But
I have it saved, but I was trying to avoid as much as possible just to kind of go into this more fresh-faced.
sure,
But I'll
sure.
probably definitely check out at least up to this point just to see where I can improve more, what I don't necessarily remember and everything.
I definitely recommend checking it out up to the Fury. There's going to be some information in there that I think I covered pretty much everything I will have covered in the guide, but it's definitely going to be helpful for a point of reference, something to look back at. Oh, how did he do this room, or what was it, or what was the
Yeah.
menu here? Things like that. You can go just look at the guide, see exactly what I did, and say, "Oh," and then carry on. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, everybody. Well, Smoking Ace, you've done a great job. I think you've done a really good job up to this point. I forgot to stop the timer. I just realized. We'll go ahead and pretend that didn't happen. Nice 46 minutes. That definitely wasn't 46 minutes. But anyway,
There goes my
so
world record. Jeez.